and welcome back to Ride Rescue. Man, this one's a rescue a Pontiac as well as a rescue me. I had to get a good friend of mine, Jim, to come out and help me, and wow, it just about stumped both of us. We thought we were beat by this car. But in the end, you'll see, we were victorious. Finally.
All right, so now I kind of want to just set this in place and find out exactly where number one is. So you don't think there's anything with the distributor slipping on the inside or possibly the bushing at the top? Okay, let's...
No, everything was really super tight. I was so disgusted with the car and myself that I just started throwing tools.
You know, every now and then.
I kept thinking about the cam, and we would have had lifter noise.
Yeah.
I doubt it's the cam, but I still have the sneaky suspicion that the timing has slipped.
I'm hoping not. I just feel for you. This is just a monster headache. Okay, little Pontiac. I'm here to help. 16.2 volts.
I've got the charger on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I questioned. I was like, oh yeah, I put the charger on because I wanted to have a good heavily charged battery because I kept running it dead, cranking it so much.
Welcome to my life.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Oh. Alright.
That's
It's been your...
about as good as it gets. It gets a little bit better when it'll actually fire, but then it does that and stalls out again.
That's not good. Not about as well, you get it to run though, right? You can get it to run, or is that as good as it gets?
It will run.
Where's that little screwdriver? And the end carbs are disconnected, correct?
Yep.
That's as good as it gets. That's the best I was able to get out of it myself. So, got my fingers crossed. I'm going to be able to get it a little bit better.
Listen, if this thing beats me, it's going to be a first.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been beat.
If it beats me, it's going to be a first. But I'm going to stay here till midnight. I booked the whole day for this thing.
point where I went boom, and I ballooned the mufflers again.
Right.
I'm gonna have to put some over here.
All right. So
Stinks.
now, what has to happen? Let me see here. Okay, you have to start it and nurse it
Okay.
until I tell you to stop, because I've got to see where the timing is, and then I got to see where the dwell is.
Okay.
Actually, I should see where the dwell is first. Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay. See if you can get it to bounce around a little bit. Just one pump is all it should take, and it should fire. You have a tool for adjusting the dwell?
Yep.
Oh, now I dropped the...
That's the same thing I did.
Okay, so key is off, correct?
Yep.
What do you think the dwell was?
No idea.
14.
14.
And that's barely runnable.
Yeah.
So, were you pleased with the set of points you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most expensive pair I could find.
All right. Go ahead, do the same start and fart. Whoa. One pump, let the throttle close, and then nurse it at the start. All right, stop. You should have had something. So let's see.
So if you're now at this point, it's probably open too far.
Right. Just remember, one pump and let it. Actually, just crank it because it's already loaded up. Hang on. One pump and then try and nurse it. It's pretty good. Now, hang on a minute. Function. Okay, start it again. Let's hear it. Yeah, you're gonna have. At this point, I think you can pump it a little bit. Okay, that's pump. Like you're not getting any fuel. All right, crank it. Okay, we're getting fuel. Hang on. Okay. Let it cool for a minute. Let that starter cool. Got the key off, right?
Yep.
It sounded promising.
Yeah.
It did when the dwell came up. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. It might be.
It burned. It threw flames on me yesterday.
Yeah, I don't need. Okay, no. What the hell? What the hell? I mean, now we were freaking gold in there, man. Again? No. think I do. I mean, we're close. We're closer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's why I was so confused as to it went downhill so fast, and then I got stuck and ended up having to call a tow truck. That's when I was just scratching my head down. Okay, this just doesn't make any sense. It's one thing to foul out plugs.
that looks like a nice piece. I do have an extra. See, I do have a set of points here. I got the same things you had, pretty much. All right, so now let me put that back up. You know, something's weird.
Yeah.
Something's just really weird. Like it almost seemed like it wanted to run when I let my hand off the carb, and then it's like it's not getting fuel, but it is getting fuel. I mean, it has fuel for the accelerator pump. I just can't seem to get fuel for cruise.
You know, that's something I was wondering too.
Well,
Isn't the power valve?
well, you know, if we got to look at
It was
this.
misaligned because.
Yeah, 'cause that long stem.
So I double checked that. I lifted straight up, put it right back down again to make sure everything lined up. But I did change the power valve off of the other carburetor
You did.
when I rejetted it because I thought, well, maybe the power valve has got something sticking in it because it was running horrible before and it was still running horrible after I changed the power valve. So.
You still have the other one, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. Here, I'll do the throttle again, and you
Right.
the key. Yeah. It's like it runs out of fuel.
Yeah.
It is running out of fuel. All right, go ahead. Yeah. So now I'm going to turn this so I can see it. All right, let's try it.
Man, I want to just take this door off.
Hold it. Let's sit for a minute here.
Your light flashing on you?
It is not. Well, let me move to the coil wire. All right, crank it. Again. Okay, let it sit for a minute. Yeah, the door, you don't take it off. All right, crank it again. Let's just see here. I want to see what kind of behavior I get from my light. We're losing spark.
That's what I kept thinking.
We're
too.
losing spark.
It just kept going back to
So,
just not
have
firing.
you tried this other coil? I saw you had a coil sitting down here.
Yeah, this was the original coil. So I swapped it and put the other one in, but I know it was working. And they both acted exactly the same.
Where's your other coil? Where's your other motor has a distributor in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Let's swap it. Okay, so, all right, we're going to take that distributor out of there. We're going to drop this in, and we're going to try to see if we get any different.
Pull it all the way out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we got to make sure we got to get the cap off first.
Yeah.
Disconnect the battery. All right, so it's pointing right at me.
Yeah.
It's pointing basically at the carburetor side. So now we got to get.
While you're there, don't move.
Yeah.
It's just tight enough that we'll need that back loose.
You should be able to twist it off.
So it's pointing
Yeah.
straight
Well, no,
that way when it goes in.
Yeah. Okay.
When it drops, it points at you.
Man, I put so much work into rewiring all this, and then you're just gonna pull it out.
I'm struggling. Well, one thing is for sure. we put that other distributor in and the thing takes off, then we got our animal, but where in the, you know?
What part of that animal?
But I think we're just going to put it in and
Drop
try
it in, yeah.
Okay, so where's our? I like that black rotor that we have.
Yeah. Last time I saw it was over there. I don't know.
Now let me ask you something. Let's just assume that this thing cranks purrs. Are you going to pull the distributor out and detail it?
Of course.
Well, if it cranks and purrs, I want to try those points in this.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy though how it ran so well? And then
it went downhill.
Yeah, we went downhill
What did we
fast.
do? Oh.
Literally, as I was going downhill, I went down the hill, and that was it. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse until it backfired, blew the mufflers off.
Sweet, 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 sweet.
Dropped all the way down.
It did. I don't want to change. I only like to change one thing at a time, and we're
Yeah.
already changing 3. Rotor, points, distributor. Oh, a little bit of use a little bit of divine assistance here. We can't get beat up by this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to check the distributor position? You remember about where the other one was?
Yeah, it's close.
Is it good?
Are you maybe agreeable to driving it with this setup before we
Absolutely.
fire it? It should be happy.
Okay, now that this car is finally running absolutely perfect, I'd say every bit as good as when it came from the factory. A few things that I want to put back on. The little tag that came off of the center carburetor. It was getting pretty beat up removing the carburetor so often, so I took it off, but now I'm going to put it back on because it does have the numbers that matches the center carburetor. I had to pull the vacuum off of the vacuum advance because it was getting in the way when we were trying to adjust things, and the little window to the distributor cap fell out. Luckily I found it down inside, so that needs to be put back on. With that, I think that's it. Everything's buttoned up. Oh, I need to make sure the distributor is tightened down. I think we left it just a little bit loose so that we could turn it and adjust it, but it's dialed in perfect. And we'll take it for a drive. I'll show you how it's running. It's awesome. The new owner is going to be really, really happy with this. It's a brand new motor, and it runs now like a brand new motor. Engine bay's still kind of warm. Not hot enough to hurt anything, but hot enough to make me sweat. Be good if I put that back on. I'd have been cranking it and wondering what happened, what went wrong. Anyway, so the linkage, we had planned on making some adjustments to it once we got it running and took it for a test drive, but oh man, it is spot on, so no reason to mess with it. I do still need to adjust the choke, so I'll be doing that tomorrow morning when it's really super cold, and Oh man, I just hope things don't go wrong again like last time. But choke-wise, now that it's jetted correctly and the linkage is correct and the timing's correct, I don't think it's going to take much choke. I think it likes a lot of air. It doesn't like to be choked. So I'm probably not even going to change the choke from where we have it right now. And we'll just see what it acts like in the morning when it's super cold. But this is really exciting. I'm going to call this done. Let's go for a drive. Well, this is exciting. It's also a little bit troubling. The last time I did this, things just did not go well. But I know everything's fine now. Let's go. You just sit over there in the passenger seat and enjoy. Oh boy. Remember that distributor wire I pointed out? Yeah, I still didn't hook it up. Listen to that idle. Look at that, it's in gear. Listen to that idle. Fantastic. Even with a mild cam, that idle is amazing. Well, the road's a little bit wet, so I'm gonna have to be careful. It's not slippery wet from ice, but got a little bit of a school zone right here, so I gotta take it easy. So this is a section of old abandoned highway that hasn't been used in many years. I'll show you just how the car will go from a stop. Excellent. Now this time we'll just power brake it a little bit, and I'm going to leave it in drive. Just like that. It is just so smooth and so powerful. Getting those carburetors to open up on the outside, they kick right in. It's effortless, it's smooth, you don't even notice. It's just, everything is just perfect. Thank you for joining me on this Pontiac craziness. I hope you enjoyed the whole series of videos on the Pontiac. I got one more I want to do. I've had a request for the numbers on this car, the engine numbers, the body tag that is on the cowl.
there's a lot of codes on those numbers that people are trying to figure out what the hell mean. The body tag, it does have the color codes. It has an option code. A lot of these option codes have been lost over the years, but people are starting to cross-reference other cars and figure out what all these different options are. So it's nice to be able to document this one, document the engine code number. It is a matching VIN number with this motor, so I know that it came in this car. So keep an eye out for that video, and also keep an eye out for my upcoming videos on this new project. I'm really excited about this one. This was a very unexpected turn of events. So stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Anything you can do that way, help me keep growing my channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks again. Bye for now.